So we are so thrilled to bring this next guest to the Rail Talk studio. He's the man of the hour, the man of the week, the man of the year, presumptive Eclipse Award winner, Flavien Prat. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, we're so excited to have you. It's been so great to watch all of your success this year. And, I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but you are most likely to win your first Eclipse Award this year. Being a jockey is the kind of pursuit where there's always the next thing. I feel like it's very hard to sit in some celebration and some appreciation. But if you are lucky enough to be up on that stage, just give us a little preview of what you might say about how much this would mean to you.
Well, it's, there's obviously a lot of people behind me that, has supported me and helped me throughout this journey. So, that's probably, just want to be thankful for them. It's, it would be a great achievement and it's something that, I would have dreamed of. I moved to this country, 10 years ago and, I was hoping for a better success and better life and it definitely happened. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's great. And staying humble, which is what has been the key to your success. It seems like. Was there a race in the past 10 years where after you won that race, you were like, I can compete with these guys. I'm here to stay.
I don't know if there's one race. I would say probably the first Breeders' Cup. It's like, like you say, you're like, okay, I can do that and I can compete. Probably the first Breeders' Cup where I was, especially for me coming from Europe. At the time I didn't have so much knowledge about the Triple Crown and for a European guy, it's the Breeders' Cup are a lot more, in the spotlight. So, I think the first Breeders' Cup would be something that, it was probably the first milestone. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the Breeders' Cup, you had a milestone win with Sierra Leone in the Classic. It was an exciting race. Just take us inside your mind, inside your body as you're crossing that wire first. I mean, just what does it feel like? What is going through your mind at that moment?
Well, obviously very excited. It was a great relief in the sense that everybody expect so much out of him, and everybody was very high on his talent and his capability of winning races like this. And this summer, we just couldn't finalize that and get a big win and just, going to the Breeders' Cup. For once he was not the favorite, I think. And so we didn't have much pressure on, but it felt like, it could be his day in a sense where, he probably would like the track and the pace could set him up well. So, but he shined on the right day and it was great to see him run that way.
Yeah, yeah. And Flavien, as an owner, and I think Joe will appreciate this as well, sometimes we send horses out there and sometimes the rider will stay with the pony and kind of warm them up, and sometimes they'll break away from the pony and warm them up, a little bit more. I always have mixed feelings about that. If it's a new rider on a horse for the first time and they take him away from the pony, I'm always like, is he feeling something that he should be, I should be concerned about? What's your strategy in the pre-race, whether to keep your horse with the pony or to take it away?
Well, it depends. Most of horses for Chad Brown, he likes to give them a good warm-up without the pony. I think it depends on the trainers. How they've been trained. Some trainers train a lot with the pony, some don't. So I think that depends on that. And also, I think the distance of the race and the way you want your horse to get into the gate. You want a horse that a bit on his toes and ready to go, or a horse that, might need to be a bit more calm and not on the edge. So I think there's a lot of thing to consider in that situation.
Can you take us back a little bit to when you came over to the U.S.? Because you came over first as an apprentice, I believe, and won some races, and you went back to France before coming back over here full time. Can you just take us a little bit through that journey? And, did you always think you would be here full time, or was it kind of just taking it day by day or one month by month?
No, so what happened is that I was apprentice in France, and in France, it's not like here. You need 70 winners to become a professional. And my first full season, I had like 62 winners, I think. And I didn't want to finish the season as a gentleman rider. I was trying to get a break, go to the United States and get a different experience. And this way, I could come back to France with still my apprenticeship and hopefully get some momentum for the rest of the season as I become a gentleman rider. So that's the first, that's how I came to California with Leonard Powell for the first time. And, I rode a few races. I think I won 2 races. Then, I came back, one more winter, for Leonard Powell, because I fell in love with the races in America and California. And after that, I've done that, a few times. So one more time for Leonard Powell, and then after that twice for Richard Mandela. And at the time I was doing well in France, but not as good as I wanted to be. And after my apprenticeship, I was struggling. It took me a few seasons to get back into a confidence and riding decent horses. I won a few stakes. I won a grade 1, and I was second call for the Verte Fair. But I just didn't feel like there was not much going on, and I just felt very happy every time I was going to California, and Mr. Mandela was always giving me a chance, and I was riding horses for him, and it felt like we had a great connection. And so that's why at some point I decided to come here and stay.
Right. And Flavien, you've obviously ridden in all the major races. You've won a majority of stake races this year, 73 stake wins, 50 graded stakes, 16 grade 1s. And on different types of horses, come from behind horses, front running horses, turf, dirt. What is your favorite type of horse to ride? Not necessarily specifically the name of the horse, but is it a come from behind horse? Is it a front running turf sprinter? When you open up the PPs and you go, oh, damn, I'm on this horse. That's awesome. Like, what is that type of horse?
I think the one that crossed the line first. No, I mean, honestly, I don't have a preference. I think as long as, the horse is honest, he'll give you a good run, and you understand his way of running. I don't have any preference, honestly. I really can care less. I love dirt races. So in general, dirt races are, win in the front end, but, you have some closer, just like Sierra Leone. So, no, I don't have any preference.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, that's what I think. One of the things that makes you great is that you can ride any kind of horse. Some jockeys are more inclined to ride speed horses or closers. I think you can ride all of them. I think one of the reasons that you're going to win an Eclipse Award, knock on wood, is that, you were unafraid to challenge yourself first from coming to France to California and then going from California to New York. Because you could have stayed in California and just gotten fat and happy winning all those riders titles all the time. But no, you wanted to be the best of the best. So when you did come to New York, was there an adjustment period, or did you just jump in and say, hey, I belong here, let's see what happens?
No, there's been an adjustment, and even though I thought that belonged here, you ride against different rider, you ride against on different racetrack, regardless, every racetrack in America are about the same, 1 mile or mile and 16. But it's very strange. You never ride the same way at Kinlan that you ride at Aqueduct or Saratoga or Del Mar. It's very strange. But that's what I feel it is. And So no, there's been of an adjustment, but yeah, I just thought, I was in a very comfortable zone in California, and I felt like there was not much improvement. I thought my writing was not was not improving, and I thought I need a bit of a challenge and see something different. And I thought, it was the right time. Obviously, I had it felt like I could have great support from trainers on the East Coast, and which I did, and very grateful for that.
Right. Right. And Flavien, my last question to you is, obviously you're an import from Europe. We've seen a lot of horses that have come over from Europe and have had success here. What should the betting public or owners look for in a horse maybe coming out of Longchamp that would indicate that the horse could succeed here in the States?
Honestly, I don't have a response to that, because I've seen horses that are very good in Europe, and you think, okay, this horse is going to be a very good horse here, and they just don't adapt. And you get horses that are average, and they come here, and all of a sudden they become great because they adapt themselves well. They fit the races better than other. So I think the most important thing is to adapt to the races. You need good gate speed. You need to substance the pace that is obviously a lot stronger than it is in Europe.
Right.
All right. Last question for me. You mentioned there's a lot of people behind you that help you get to this success. You have 2 young children. It's a hard life being a jockey. It's a lot of early mornings, a lot of tough work on your body. How much does having that family and that atmosphere around you when you come home, like how much does that help you get through the grind? And then how gratifying is it to share that kind of success with them?
Yeah, I'm very thankful that my wife and my kids are great support. It's not easy. Obviously, I'm in California. I travel a lot, California, New York, Kentucky, and it's not easy to spend much time with them. But they've been very supportive, and yes, since having kids has changed obviously a lot. You get a bad day and you get home, and you get those 2 kids, and everything is fine, right? So it has changed for sure. But yeah, like I said, it's been challenging in the sense where you're traveling a lot. But like I said, my family has been a great support on that part.
It's been so thrilling to watch your rise and your success. And I always say this: it's nice when nice happens to nice. And you're above all, you're a good dude. You're great with the owners. You're great with the West Point partners. And congratulations on all the success this year, man.
Thank you very much
for coming on.
Thank you, Joe.
Great having you.